So here we are at the Jeff Davis Museum, and this time I'm doing some of the guns that are in their uh, wartime collection. So we'll start with the Thompson. There's the picture of the, what do you call it? The drum. So 45 H&R. Wow. Another H&R Rising. There's an M2 sequel to the M1. Oh, all this good stuff. Got a Marlin aircraft machine gun. And then this guy here is a Browning M2, but it's also an aircraft model machine gun. Must be what the cords and stuff are for. Here's a Hotchkiss 303. Pretty cool. Then our favorite, the 1918 Browning automatic. 30-06 thumper. Boy, that guy had some authority. Here's a grease gun. I've shot one of these. These are a blast. I've shot one of these and a Thompson and a few others. Here's another Thompson. Sort of a little bit in pieces, but it shows you how you take off the stock and all that. Slides on the back. And this one has a stick magazine. Pretty cool. Here's a Sten. I've never fired a Sten. I'd like to try one. Pretty neat gun. I don't think they have the, oh, they do have it, okay. They have the magazine on it. Let me lift the camera way up. And here's our England 303. Looks like a Vickers, doesn't it? Pretty cool. This is designed by an American. Produced in England and sold to Belgium. Isn't that weird? Some other good stuff. There's an anti-tank rifle. A Blaze anti-tank rifle. Have to be pretty brave to get close to the tank anyway. Here's a machine gun, a BESA Model 3, BESA Model 3. This is from England. 7.9 millimeter. You want to get shot with that. Here we go. Here's a 1914 Mark I. It has the, I don't know if you can see it. Let me get down under here. You see the fins. This big case here, those fins, it was made to use convection to draw air up through the barrel, up past the barrel. So if you look in here, that's just a big hollow tube, and the actual barrel's inside there. But it draws air up through there and does all that good stuff. So that's a Lewis gun. Here's the magazine that drops down on the top. It's another neat Sten type gun. Then there's another. That's a Mark II. That's a 9mm, so it's a wimpy round, but yeah, what the hell. Good stuff. Now some German stuff. 9mm. Bergman. The one under the top one's a Vollmer. The next one underneath is a Vollmer design. The one underneath this one here is a Bergman. That's a sharp looking gun. I'd like to shoot that. Then we have our first bazooka. German bazooka. That thing, pretty cool. It's got an electric generator built into the trigger mechanism. It's pretty slick. When you pull that trigger mechanism, it's got some kind of a coil to provide the spark. There's a Hyman machine gun, again, 9mm. Lots of 9mm. Here's your Sturmgewehr. This G44. I wonder if that thing with the bulb on the end of it is you know, for putting it up. They have a word for that. I just can't remember what it was. Here's an MP44. That's pretty nice. They had a real good selection of different guns. Schmeitzer. Here's a Schmeitzer. Oh, I haven't seen a Schmeitzer in a long time. There's the classic MP40. And another MP40. He sets 3 or 4 of those. There's a Steyr and MP40. So, yeah, he's got a ton of them. I don't know why he has so many MP40s. And here's an MP44 again. There's another one. It's got a lot of these from guys coming back from the service. Ooh, an FG42. I've actually fired one of these. What a bitch. Them things are, I didn't fire it full auto, but boy, I tell you what, those things they are hard on the shoulder. Anyway, here's something that Mauser designed, but I don't recognize what it is. I love the spring-loaded belt on this. Looks like it's a reusable belt. Well, it's not spring-loaded. It just has little loops that keep the belt pieces together. So that's pretty cool. Anyway, here's our last one on this particular rack. There's Japanese. Very simple. Very kind of elegant, actually. I sort of like that rifle. And I'm sure that, like on other guns, if you see that split in the stock, they usually built them that way on purpose. The Arasakas are like that too. They didn't try to form them on one piece of wood. They took 2 pieces of wood and they dovetailed them together. That one's slick. It's a Type 98 machine gun with the really cool. I always think it's like a set of binoculars, but that's what a neat magazine. I apologize for the lighting. It's very poor, but that is pretty slick. Anyway, then we've got another machine gun from Japan. A pretty complicated looking gun. Zoom in a little bit. Seems like it's got an awful lot of parts hanging off it. I have to go look that one up. Type 96, according to the sign. I don't know if I'll be able to read it or not. Yeah, I can't quite read it. Pretty slick. And here's the Type 99, but a machine gun Type 99. So, because the Arasaka was also a Type 99. There's another. This one looks like it has a very similar mechanism on the far side of it. It's got that round circular thing and the big long rod and all that. Pretty slick. Here's a Nagoya, fully automatic only, and it has to oil the rounds in order for it to work. So there's an oil canister on the top of it. Reminds me of my old Suzuki motorcycle. Had its own thing. There's another machine gun. This is the same as an MG15. I didn't know that. That must be what that other one was too then. It's a copy of the MG15. The German. And here's a knee mortar. Of course, you would never fire it off of your knee, of course, because you'd break your goddamn leg doing it. But here's a Lewis gun that was used in Japan. Everybody uses it. Now, see, they have a little bit different. They put a set of fins at the front also. That's pretty interesting. Neat. So Australia, their version, MP34. There's a Lysagat, something like that. Interesting how they have the magazine up top. So I'm gonna say, yeah, it's got offset sights. So if you look, I don't know if you can see them or not, but it's got the sights are offset to the right in the front and the back. Here's a French, 38. The bolt actually recoils into the stock. That's pretty strange. And here's a 1938 Saint Etienne. It's very similar firearm. Automatic firearm only. Wow. And the Schuster. The Schuster. Worked great for the French, worked shitty for us because we did a lousy job converting it for our cartridge. This is a 1924 M29. I'm not familiar with that one. I'll have to go look that one up. Wow. Here's a Hungarian Mauser. Look at the size of the magazine on that sucker. 40 round box. And it can fold up below the barrel. Isn't that slick? In fact, you can, I don't know if you can see it, but there's actually a hollow cut under the stock. So you could fold that thing up when you're not using it. Wow. It says it was used in Hungary in the late 30s, or produced in Hungary in the late 30s. Here's a little Italian subgun. 9mm subgun, model 38/42. It's quite a cute looking little gun. Russia, PPSH 1941. Select fire. Oh. That must be what that big thing under the trigger is. Must be the selector. I mean, it could be the safety, but I'll bet it's a selector. Look at the guard on that, the heat guard on that barrel. That thing must get pretty hot, especially with a drum magazine like that. It says the barrel, it says the jacket acting past the barrel acts as a compensator. I have my doubts on that one. And here's a Russian mortar. Cool. And here's a French 1924 M29. Nice and simple. French had a lot of really cool simple guns. Not a lot of moving parts in them. Pretty slick. Anyway, so that's our little look at some of the firearms that they had from, well, I lied. They had another rack of these. So there's another French Schuster, or Schuster, depending on how you pronounce it. I believe it's Schuster, but that's okay. Here's another one, very similar, but here's a really cool one. Here's a Japanese air-cooled Model 11. How often would you see something like that? It's just an odd stock on that thing. And it looks like you just dumped a bunch of rounds into the hopper and let it roll. That is pretty slick. Then here's the beautiful one, the Bren Classic. 303 British, big hard curved magazine because of the, what do you call it, rounds, you know, the fact that they have, they're not semi-automatic rounds. That's incredible. And here's the United States. Here's an aircraft machine gun. The first gas-operated synchronized machine gun manufactured by Marlin Rockwell. Doesn't have a model number on it. It says it's from 1905. Pretty cool. And here's a slick one. This is a Maxim 0815. Big old Maxim gun. Look at the water jacket on that thing. Oh my God. Can you imagine being in a machine gun emplacement tearing people up with that thing? Must feel like freaking God doing that. Here's your 30 caliber Browning automatic. Pretty nice one. Of course, they put it right where the split in the cabinet is, so you can't get a good shot at it, but that's all right. And another Tommy gun. And another English Lewis gun. And then there's another Model M2. I think we saw one of those before. The heavy duty boy. Pretty slick. Lewis gun missing its magazine. States, what is this one? This is an M191A4 Browning. That's kind of interesting. No, I think that one's missing, because this is the light machine gun scaled down. Yeah, this is the Japanese again. That's what I thought. It was a Japanese. Interesting how they spiraled the barrel, you know, for the heat. Pretty slick. And then here's a Navy aircraft gun. Looks like it might have been based on the Lewis by the top of it, with the you know, the spot where the what do you call it ought to go? The magazine ought to go. Here's a trainer, a Japanese trainer. It's actually a smoothbore. Slick. And we'll just finish off the end here. So here you go. Here's our M3, the grease gun. Ingram M10, M11, Rising Model 50, 45 caliber, Rising Model 50. I'm not familiar with that one. Full auto or select. Wow. Made for the Marines. Cool. There's a MP9. We love those. Those are cute. MP guns are cute. There's an AP9. It says no magazine, but it looks like it has a magazine to me. I don't know. Here's the classic MP40 with the fold-over stock. Over or under, I think that was, I can't really tell. I'll have to go take a look. There's another MP40. Oh, God, it's such a great, man, I wish I could have some of these guns. Here's a German Model 35. Of course, another 45 cal Tommy gun. Here's a Chinese 7.62. Look at that. Look at that optic on there. Oh my God. Laser. That's a laser. Oh man. Here's a 9mm Israel. Then another Sten. This is a Sten Mark 5. This is English. Yeah. Pretty slick. And of course the magazine that goes with it. They couldn't put the magazine on because it would stick right through the side of the cabinet. Okay, that's everything in this display. I hope you enjoyed the war wall at the J.M. Davis Museum. If you get a chance to go out there, if you're ever in the Tulsa or Claremore area, great place to look at fabulous guns.